For the next 30 days, this watch is going to control my life.
Hello, Francis. Your training plan begins today.
This is the Garmin Epix Pro, and it's got a feature built into it which recommends workouts for you daily. The more you wear the watch, the more data it has, and the better the suggested workouts get. So for the next 30 days, I'm going to wear it almost 24/7. The rules. Watch must be worn at all times. Daily workout must be completed in its entirety. Workouts can be completed outdoors or on an indoor trainer. Tests must be completed on day 0 and day 31. Which brings us to my first challenge, a horrible FTP test. I haven't been riding my bike very much recently, so I'm not expecting big things. Well, that was miserable. As I predicted. 236 watts, a great starting point, and I'm pretty confident we're gonna make some gains. Right, what now? Guess we wait till tomorrow. Day 1. I was really excited to go and ride my bike in the rain after work, but I've been prescribed a rest day. I guess the FTP test was really hard yesterday, so well, I have today off. What a shame, I could be riding in this. Beautiful! This is a perfect example of the watch knowing that I'm tired and I need to have a day off before I start riding properly. Day 2, 1 hour at base, which is set at 135 watts. It's quite hard to stick to. Every incline I keep going way above it. I've tied this session into my commute. I have to extend it a bit, but should be spot on. Day 3, 1 hour 30 at base, 135 watts. I'm doing it on the turbo. The watch connects to the turbo, so it acts in erg mode. So it controls the power. I can turn off my brain and just ride. Back on the turbo again. 1.5 hours at base. The reason I'm on the turbo is because it's the evening and I spent all day at the Struggle National Hill Climb Champs running up and down a hill. So my legs really hurt. I hope it's a rest day tomorrow. 2 minutes left. Today is a rest day, which I'm very happy about. I'm going to be spending today talking into this microphone and not doing any exercise at all. Hello. Another 1 hour base ride. This time though, 150 watts. Way more. 1 hour, 150 watts. Again, this is the easiest training plan I've ever done. Week 1 summary. I'm feeling good. There has been no intensity whatsoever. Every single ride has just been steady, riding at like 125 watts. Sometimes a little bit more, granted, but that's kind of trying to keep me in the same zone. It's just varying the wattage based on how tired I am. I think just like a real life coach would do, it's laying down a base, which I can then build on later with harder sessions. All of the rides have been in zone 2. Even the 150 watt days, it was just like top of zone 2 in terms of heart rate. So still pretty manageable and the kind of thing I would be doing if I was gonna start a training plan without any help. Selecting the workouts every day has been really easy and you can actually see in the watch the week's plan that's going to be coming up, although stuff does change that. So if I have a really big day at work and I'm on my feet all day, up and down ladders, moving boxes around, then it knows that and it adjusts the session so it won't give me a hard threshold day the day after doing a hard day at work. It knows if you're stressed by measuring a thing called HRV, heart rate variability, which is the gaps in between your heartbeats. There's a range you ideally want to be in, but essentially the more uniform they are, that can indicate that you're quite stressed, and the more variable they are, then you're doing better. You get to see this every morning with like a morning report that the watch does. Combined with other measures like your movement metrics and your heart rate, it has a pretty good idea how tired you are and what it can give you in terms of training. Plain sailing so far, on to tomorrow. Finally some intensity. I'm out with Jimmy. Today's session is 5 times 20 seconds sprinting. A grand total of 2 minutes at 400 watts. Lots of rest in between each one. It's really windy today, so hopefully it won't go so. There's a cockerel. Ready? Hello! I much prefer doing a session like this outdoors rather than indoors because you get really hot. It's easier to stay cool outdoors, and it's easier to put the power out when you're going for higher power numbers. Do you enjoy that?
I definitely picked the wrong bike for this. Was it enjoyable? Not really.
125 watts, an hour and a half. That's the lowest wattage yet. I suppose it's taking into account yesterday's sprint session, but in all honesty, yesterday wasn't that hard, so this feels too easy. In fact, this feels so easy going uphill. I don't know if I'm ever going to get home.
Lap 1, 16:43.
My watch is now talking to me. Why are you controlling my life? Another 1 hour, 125 watts. I get cold riding this wattage, hence the big jacket. Now, some of you might be watching this thinking these daily workout suggestions might not be for you, but that's all right. Garmin does have other options. Firstly, there's training plans on Garmin Connect which are preset based on different activities, so you could aim for a time trial based program or a century based program or a metric century based program. So they're quite specific and there's zero charge for these. On the other end of the scale, you can actually put in a specific event target in your calendar on Garmin Connect, and from that it will develop a training plan for you with a base period, a build phase, and a taper towards the end. So even more specific and tailored to your event. Event adaptive training, they call it. And it still uses similar technology to what I've been doing, so it will adjust your workouts if you've had a bad sleep. If you haven't got 8 hours, it's not going to suggest you a threshold session. All of these suggestions get better the more you wear your wearable. But bear in mind, the rules that we put at the start of this video are specific to the video we're making. You don't actually have to wear it 24 hours a day. But the more you wear it, the better the results will be. Thank you, Garmin, for sponsoring this video and helping us continue to put out our content for free. Day 12, another 60-minute base. Clearly, this is a staple session for the watch. Well, for me. It's 9 p.m. Just got back from work. I did not want to go cycling, but here we are, doing half an hour at 125 watts, which is recovery, according to the watch. Feeling all right. Legs actually feel quite nice. I've been on my feet all day, up and down ladders, and we moved a load of boxes around. So the boxes actually had turbo trainers in, and I'm sure if you own a turbo trainer, you can attest to them being very, very heavy. Hurt my knee. This actually feels quite good on it, so getting it done. Day number whatever. I haven't got a clue what day it is. 1 hour at base, 125 watts. Actually having a lovely day, killing 2 birds with 1 stone, filming some videos with Jimmy. He's dropped me because, well, 125 watts. Exactly the same as yesterday. 60 minutes, 125 watts.
It's my kind of ride, Francis. My kind of ride.
You'd love this challenge. It's full of rides like this. Longer session today, out with Jimmy again. 90 minutes, 125 watts. I like these kind of wattages, very social. I haven't got a clue what day this is, but I'm down in London visiting my family. I don't have a bike with me, and thankfully, I've been prescribed a rest day by the watch. I don't feel like I need a rest day, but I'm trusting the process. Clearly, my watch thinks I'm tired, so I'm happy to have the day off. It's a shame, really. Quite a nice day. Could have gone for a bike ride. Day 18. It's given me another rest day. This is the first time we've had 2 rest days in a row. Back from London now, and obviously the trip involved lots of steps, running around, jumping on trains, and a decent amount of everyday life stress. No complaints from me. Resting is where you make all of the gains, so I'm happy to be having today off, and I can just focus on some stuff in the studio and tidying up, because, well, I went away and Jimmy made a mess. I know I've got a big day at work tomorrow. Hopefully I can squeeze a session in still. Let's see what it gives me. Right now, it's 9 minutes to midnight, and I'm about to do my threshold session for today. It's 45 minutes long with 1 threshold effort of 15 minutes in the middle at 220 watts, which I guess it thinks my FTP is at the moment. So does that mean it's gone down since the start of the challenge? I'm gonna stick to it. It's a bit late to be doing this, but we're committed. See you guys tomorrow. Day 20, my favorite, base 1 hour. Unusual session today, 1 hour and 3 minutes at base. I haven't had that duration given to me by the watch yet. I don't know why. It's not a nice round number, is it? Feeling good, as I have been through this whole challenge. All the sessions have been really manageable and well within my capabilities. Even the harder efforts have felt pretty easy, and I haven't even felt like I've needed most of the rest days. Fingers crossed the training load is still adding up and we're gonna see some results. 1 hour to do. Day 22, rest day. Day 23, I'm here with Jimmy again. We're doing some sprints today, finally some more intensity. 14 sprints, 10 seconds long each, times 2. So, 28 sprints.
I think I'm going to give the sprints a miss.
Why?
Don't fancy it. I'm not doing a training plan, so...
Well, I haven't got that option because the watch controls my life. Let's get on with it then. That was actually hard. Hardest session so far. Day 24, rest day. I'm actually happy about this one. Yesterday's session was sprints. Time to chill and eat food all day. And do work as well. Day 25, headwind. 1 hour 58 minutes at base. That's a long ride compared to what I've been doing. Sun's out though, sort of. 1 hour 3 minutes at base. Beautiful day, bit windy, feeling good. Day 27, 1 hour 7 minutes at base. Weird duration, but okay. Getting this done before work, and then a long day at the studio filming some podcasts. Recovery ride today, which I'm very happy about. 30 minutes, 125 watts. I'm very tired from yesterday's work. We were in the studio all day, and I didn't get back till pretty late. So that, together with yesterday's session, I'm very happy to be doing this. Day 29, so close I can almost taste it. It's a threshold session, little bit of intensity, 2 times 15 minutes at 220 watts. It's quite exciting, only 1 day left. Let's do it. Last day!
You made it!
Well, I still have to do an FTP test tomorrow.
Yeah.
Today's ride, we're halfway through it. 107 minutes. No, wait. 1 hour 7 minutes at 120 watts, which is a slight adjustment to the other base rides, but it is what it is. Heart rate has been really low for the first half. I'm barely scraping into zone 2.
Speak for yourself.
Jimmy.
Well, you asked.
Jimmy needs to do a 30-day training plan. I'm going to finish off this ride, and then we've got test day tomorrow, which I feel like it's a bit soon. Do I not get a rest before the test?
How are you finding sticking to like the days? You know, like this says you got to do 120 watts. Like if I go blaring up the hill now, are you going to let me drop it?
Yes.
So does that mean I have dropped you or I haven't dropped you?
It means you've dropped the watch. Right, moment of truth. We're going to do my ramp test, the Garmin one from the watch, and see how different it is compared to 30 days ago. 31 days ago. I will be happy if it's 25 watts higher. I'm taking this seriously, Jimmy. I'm having a gel before I start. Works. $257 watts. Yeah, it was fun that. So, from 236 watts 30 days ago, my FTP is now testing at 257 watts. A 21 watt increase in the space of 30 days. That's not to be sniffed at. Bear in mind there's a delay in the benefits that you get from training. So it will take a while for the last week of training to actually sink in. Overall, the month of training has felt really easy. I did 30 hours of training in total with only 51 minutes and 20 seconds of intensity. So that's all the efforts inside the threshold sessions and the sprint sessions added together. It's really not very much. Goes to show Silca was right. Volume really is more important than intensity. The sessions have been short, manageable, and not impacted the rest of my life in a negative way at all. I think it's safe to say that the watch errs on the side of caution. It knows when you've had a big day of other activities and it won't push you close to the edge. It's now exactly 2 weeks after doing my FTP test at the end of the 30-day challenge. To prove my point, and because obviously I love doing FTP tests, I'm gonna do another one. In this 2-week gap, I have had a week off completely where I did some running. I think I did 2 runs and I went to the gym a little bit. So I did do some exercise. And then I started following in the second week the Garmin training plans from the watch. I think some of the training from the end of the 30 days will have had its effect by now. So let's see. $271 I made it to 400 watts in the ramp test. It kicked out an FTP of 271 watts. Result, back to the studio. Overall, that was a really interesting experiment and I'm really glad I did it. Having a little surprise in the morning every time you look at your watch and finding out what session you're going to be doing, I really enjoyed that process. I'm going to carry on following the sessions, maybe not 100% daily, just to see what happens over the next few months. Thanks Garmin for being a channel sponsor and making this video possible. Thank you all for watching and please subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos like this.